first and foremost, we have two goals in the weight room. The first thing we want to try to do for each and every one of our athletes, no matter what sport that they play, is look to try to minimize their risk of injury. So we're going to assess their sport, and we're going to try to assess, what are some of the common injuries that you're going to see along that sport. And we want to try to get them to be a little bit more bulletproof against that. With that in mind, our philosophy is really, really simple here. And we believe everything that we do from a weight training standpoint should be ground-based, three-dimensional, and multi-joint in nature. So the ground-based side of things, simply stated, we want to teach all of our athletes to be more efficient at applying force into the ground, right? Because we know that the more efficiently and effectively we apply force into the ground, the faster we'll run, the higher we'll jump. The three-dimensional side of things, just a fancy word for saying we're going to use free weights, right? We don't believe in using machines here. We believe that all sports are played in three dimensions, so therefore we want to train in three dimensions where we're forced to stabilize and kind of move things and kind of, keep ourselves from getting hurt by stabilizing at all three planes of movement. And then the multi-joint aspect of things, when you look at every sport, you kind of realize there's nothing more than a coordinated effort of all of my joints moving at one time. So whether I'm running, jumping, cutting, rowing, I have to kind of coordinate my body in such a way that everything's going to kind of move together, right? And so we take this control setting to the weight room and try to teach them certain movement patterns that are going to make them more efficient and more effective in terms of overall movement quality. We're fortunate enough to get an opportunity to train in Palmer-Dixon, what's called the Palmer-Dixon tennis courts. It's a 24,000 square foot weight room that has 24 platforms, 24 Olympic-style platforms, and kind of all the space and equipment that we'll need to train a Division I athlete. We have a turf in the middle of our field that runs about 40 yards long and it's about 15 and a half, 17 yards wide, somewhere in that range. So we have, the turf surface down that allows us to do all of our movement stuff, our torso work, our activation work, all of our pre-work, sled pushes, you name it, right here in one centralized location, where then we can venture out and kind of divide the weight room up into 4 quadrants so that we can train multiple teams at one time.